What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's EpicTube HD. I am Harley. Welcome, everyone. I'm back. It is 2024. Happy New Year to everybody. I think we still qualify for New Year, right? We're only 15 days in to the new year. So again, Happy New Year to everybody out there. This is our first live stream of the year. And I am back, as I have stated before. However, I'm not just back to YouTube right now, but I just got back from Japan. And it was a pretty wild trip. But before we get there first, let me just give a big shout out to a couple of the people that are hanging out here today. We had Mr. Slicks popping in a little earlier. Welcome, Mr. Slicks. Of course, Hello Brooklyn is in the house. Konnichiwa to both Mr. Slicks and Hello Brooklyn. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome. So, THTH. I can't remember who that. I want to say I know who that is, but I can't think of who that is right now. But yeah, it's an early stream. Is that from Austria, maybe? I can't remember. Might be from Austria. Ernesto Lopez, welcome. Yo, everybody. Again, early stream today. There is a couple reasons why. One, if you guys don't know, today's a holiday here in America. So there's a lot of people off today. Two, there's the NFL playoffs. A lot of people watch the playoffs, watch NFL. So, okay, I see. I had a feeling. That's what I was wondering. You're one of the reasons why I also said I wanted to go early, because I had a few people from Europe who said it'd be cool if I could try to do an early stream. And I said, you know what? For the new year, we're going to try to make that happen, right? So, again, here in America, we've got a couple things going on. Nothing like crazy, that important stuff. But again, it is a holiday here, and then the NFL playoffs are going on, and they go on later this afternoon. And I didn't want to run into having people like, well, I'm trying to watch the football game and stuff like that. So, and yeah, I just figured, you know what? I also wanted to make sure we treat the European crowd and some of the people that we may have met over in Japan. That's right. We were telling people who were asking us what we were doing, because they saw us filming, and we had a couple of people, not many, because Japanese are very to themselves, if you don't know. But we had a couple of the card shops asking, and we gave them our literature and stuff. So, but as always, it never seems to fail when we go away, right? I prep, just like I tell you guys about the streams, right? I'm always prepping. And before we left, the first thing I started doing, I started taking Airborne. That was number one. I follow Airborne up with some powerful vitamin C. And then I also take some whole food vitamins, right? So I was taking this stuff leading up to when we were going and while we were there. And it never fails. We got home and I was sick. It just seems to happen every single time I travel. No matter how much I pump myself up with vitamin C and everything else. So basically I just got a head cold. And that's all it was, just a head cold, just messed with me, a lot of stuff coming out and stuff. But yeah, it wasn't terrible. I wasn't like, I couldn't do nothing around the house. I just had to carry a box of Kleenex with me. That was pretty much it. It is 8 p.m. here. Thank you, man. Kids in bed and I build. Okay. Build some Legos. Well, you know, it's funny you mentioned that, because that's what we've been doing. We've been building Legos here. We've been building Legos. Epic Ethan got a couple of mega Lego sets. Yo, Ben F Productions. What's going on, my guy? Ben F. Hello, Brooklyn says, fun facts. All that is useless, eat raw garlic and lemons. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. I know my mother-in-law is all about that life. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, Jeremy Edmondson. What's going on? Let's freaking go. Jeremy is in the house. So anyways, let me get to a couple of things real quick before I start showing you guys, and we talk about a few important things, right? First of all, is the music too loud? Because I got it pumping on my end right now. Secondly, again, we're going to talk about the Japanese market, and this is why it's important. Now, on this channel, I've really never delved in to the Japanese market. Like I've never delved into the market discussion talk. There's so many people that talk about the market, talk about investing and all that stuff. And I always wanted to like to say, you know what, there's enough people doing it. They're way better than me, but I'm not ignorant to the market. I'm not ignorant to things that go on. I just chose not to talk about it. But in this particular case, I want to talk about it. And I'm going to tell you why. And then the other thing we're going to talk about is the freaky coincidence that all happened on this trip. Y'all make sure to get on over to the Moon Instagram and read that story. Yes, there's some action happening. If you guys are not aware, I stopped making content on MetaZoo. I've just decided that even though I probably could get way better views making MetaZoo content, I know some people called me a view chaser. Obviously, I'm doing a YouTube channel where I spend a lot of my time and effort putting in the resources to this. Of course, I want views, but I definitely would never say I'm a view chaser because a view chaser clickbaits, does whatever they need to, right? So anyways, yeah, check out my guy over the Moon Exotics. He put up a story. I know there's a few things going on in that world, but again, I'm just choosing to move on, and you know, we're gonna delve into Pokemon. We got Nom Nom coming up real soon, and some other cool stuff as well, right? Bro, haters, let them hate, right? So let's talk about the coincidence first, because this is kind of a big one, right? Now, I don't know how many of you guys were following me on Instagram. I was going live from Japan on Instagram. It was Epic Ethan came to me and was asking about if we could go to Japan right before school ended. He was asking if we could maybe, you know, make a quick trip over there, you know, go have some fun or something. And I was like, yeah, we might be able to do that. And you know, as his birthday came right after, his birthday is literally right after Christmas, we were eyeing the flights, and I saw a particular day that I felt we could make it on that plane, and the day that we could come back on should be good as well. I originally wanted to leave on the 29th or the 30th and then come back on New Year's, but he didn't really want to do that, and the flights were really bad. And again, if you guys don't know, we stand by on flights. So it's a little, we have to go when there's availability. Hey, Cool Squirtle Gaming, Sub Harley, and the Epic Familia cooking, so we'll be lurking. Nice, thanks, man. So once I saw that we could take the flight out on the 1st and get there, we could be there just for basically, we'd be there for a day and a half. So the day we get there plus the next day, and then we'd come home on the following day, right? So while we were packing up, getting ready to head to the airport, because the flight left early in the morning here, they had a natural disaster. A bad earthquake hit Japan. Now, immediately I got a little worried because I was like, oh no, man, because I saw there was a tsunami. They had an actual, they definitely recorded one. They knew it was going to be a fairly big one. And then once I saw where it was located, I felt a little bit more at ease about still going on the trip because it's all the way to the side of Japan. I mean, it looks close when you look at it on a map, but it's actually quite far away from where this large earthquake happened. Also, you know, it's very sad what happened to the people over there. A lot of people did, you know, perish in the earthquake. But we have friends that literally live in Niigata, and my wife called them immediately, and they were fine. It was pretty bad there. They didn't see the tsunami, luckily, didn't reach the upper coastline, and they said they were okay. And then, of course, we looked at Tokyo, and Tokyo was fine. So we felt really, really comfortable with still going on the trip, right? But that was sign number one. Sign one to question, should we go or should we not go on this trip? Then we get to the airport. We were listed for the flight, and we were supposed to get, based on the numbers, we were supposed to get really, really, really good seats, okay? I guess a lot of people decided that morning they just wanted to go to Japan. Okay, a lot of employees of the airline, things like that. Suddenly, it got really, really full, and we went from basically guaranteed to get really, really nice seats to not getting good seats. And immediately I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can handle the flight because I got a lot of issues with my legs. And one of the things we look at when we fly is whether we have an opportunity to get really good seats or not. And that was one of the factors that decided us going. So now we're sitting there and I'm like, well, I don't want to hurt his, Epic Ethan's feelings. I don't want him to be upset. He's looking forward to this. It's a birthday present, right? So I said, let's go. We're still going to go. So we got on the plane, 15-hour plane ride. It was a bit definitely tough on me. It was not as easy as I would like to have been, but that's fine. It's the way it works, right? So we get there, and it was really nasty when we were landing. Now we didn't get in the window. We were in the aisle in the middle section of the plane, but I could see out the windows, and it was really nasty weather. We knew flying in, it was going to be kind of a nasty rainy day. So we didn't see the runway. We didn't see the ground until like probably 100 feet from it, I want to say. Because you're coming into Haneda Airport, which is in the Bay of Tokyo. So there's a lot of moisture and stuff. So clouds, low-level clouds and such. And we landed fine. We got to the airport. I've been to Japan a bunch of times, so I know how to travel there. We got our tickets. Went to our hotel in Shibuya. Ended up being in a perfect spot. We were literally across the street from the Pokemon Center in Shibuya, which is pretty cool. Easy walk from the train station. We get everything put away. We go out to eat. And of course, we're in Japan. What do you do when you go to Japan? Oh my gosh, I'm going to go to all these beautiful sushi houses. I'm going to go to these beautiful Japanese restaurants. We're going to have Japanese cuisine. No. We went to Outback Steakhouse. We flew 15 hours, 7,000 plus miles to eat at an Outback Steakhouse, which is literally 10 minutes from my house. I'm almost embarrassed to admit that story, I'll be honest with you. But I can't help it. We're really picky eaters. Taco Bell, says Teach. I know, right? I should have went with the Taco Bell theory. But ironically enough, we almost didn't get in because it's a holiday in Japan. And so you had to have reservations. Well, they made accommodations for me and him. But we were the only English people in there. Everybody in that restaurant was Japanese, maybe some Chinese too, because they have a lot of Chinese on holiday as well. But it was mostly all Japanese, but you had to have reservations. It was crazy, but the food was so good. It was really good. Hopefully y'all went to the 5-star McDonald's. Yeah. So that was the other place we lived, was McDonald's. Now, I don't eat McDonald's, but when I'm in Japan, I will eat McDonald's. It's just got a whole different taste. It tastes like real food rather than like, manufactured pre-production food. It just tastes so much better. But Epic Ethan, he's really tough on food, man. He's worse than me. So yeah, we had to eat at McDonald's. But anyways, so while we were at the Outback Steakhouse is when we learned that they had a very, very bad incident happen at the airport. It was around 4 hours after we landed. A Japan Airlines A350, the same size plane that we flew from America over to Japan, right? The same size as an A350 was landing, and there was a Coast Guard, a Japanese Coast Guard plane. It's a fairly decent sized plane. It's not a little baby plane, but they were going out to take supplies to the earthquake hit region, right? Well, unfortunately, the pilot pulled out onto the runway, and he wasn't supposed to, and the Japanese plane just crushed this sucker. And unfortunately, everybody but one person, I don't understand how the pilot made it out alive from the Japanese. The Coast Guard plane, I have no idea, but one person did survive, but everybody else perished. Everybody on the Japan Airlines plane was fine, but what was crazy was it started a huge fire on the plane. Everybody's sitting there, and they could see it's just red outside. It's scary as heck. It looks like probably hell to most people, but they were able to evacuate everybody. But that happened literally 4 hours after we landed. 4 hours. That could have easily just been us. So that was weird coincidence number 2 that happened. So then, you know, like I said, we went to our hotel room, right? We checked into our room. We're eating at Outback, and I'm looking on my phone at the news, and when I see the Japan Airlines flight number, I went, wow, that number's super familiar. 516, 516, 516. I'm like, I just heard this number. I just heard it. And I'm like, wait a second. So I pull out my key card and the info from the hotel. Our hotel room number was 519. Granted, it's not 516, but 519. Flip the 9 upside down, you got your 6. Of course, you've got the numbers 9 and 6, which are not looked at very well. I kind of got hit a little bit hard, and I started saying, I actually text my wife and I said, you know what? Something tells me we probably shouldn't have come on this trip. It really kind of hit me hard that something wasn't right? Like, this wasn't cool. So now I'm worried about my son, right, on this trip. But we still had fun. And then I'm going to fast forward real quick. We go to leave. And because the day we were supposed to leave was wide open for us to get on the flight. Now that this accident happened and the earthquake, all the flights were messed up. And the reason why the flights were messed up, the plane accident happened on Hanita's longest runway. Now, most planes that are taking off long distance, usually 10 hours plus, they're carrying a lot of weight between their fuel, the cargo, and the passengers. So you need the longest runway possible to take off on. And there's restrictions on airplanes taking off. They just can't take off on any runway at an airport. So when you guys are at an airport and you see like 4 runways, maybe 6 runways, average airport I think has around 4. They can't take off on every single one of those runways typically. There's it's called weight and balance issues. So the plane has to be within a certain weight guidance to take off on those. Well, obviously going to America, their planes are going to be completely heavy, right? Now that the big runway was shut down from the accident, they had to take off on a shorter runway, which meant they had to reduce weight on every single flight heading over to America. Medizu music is in the back. Oh, is it? Oh, that is Medizu music. Yeah, I'll give that to my yeah, we'll get that. I still love the guys. The band is awesome. You can't take away from the band being awesome. But yeah, guys, so we were stuck in Japan for 3 days. We were very fortunate that the hotel there, we got an unreal deal at the hotel in the airport, which almost never happens. It's usually the most expensive place to stay when you're traveling somewhere. And we got a better deal than the hotel we were staying in Japan, in Tokyo. So we were able to financially afford a hotel for the 2 days we were there, 3 days we were there, which was really lucky because normally we don't do that. Normally we just sleep in the airport. But we were able to do that, and again, it took 3 days. And what really stunk was there were a lot of flights that, because when you're on standby, they don't let you through security because you're leaving the country. So at the end of the night, they have to escort you back through immigration, stamp you back into the country, and then you have to repeat the process all over, and it's nobody wants to do that. The government doesn't want to do it. Nobody wants to do that, right? And it's a long process. So when they did have seats available, now they're like, well, we can't let the flight be late. We can't get you through security in time to the plane. So we missed a few flights because of that reason. So it was a frustrating experience. But as a traveler in the airline industry for 20 plus years, guys, I understand how it works, and you just have to deal with it. But all those things culminated into having one crazy day trip to Japan, and that's the story on that. So for anybody who wasn't listening on Instagram, yeah, that's basically what happened. Pretty wild and crazy stuff for sure. Now, before I go into the next thing here, let's go ahead and show you guys some of the items we picked up, and then we're going to talk about something really important here. We're going to talk about the Japanese market. Not only do I have evidence about things, I want to talk about a lot of other YouTubers, investment channels and market channels, things like that are always talking about the market, about investment, right? And I'm going to tell you guys, again, firsthand experience being in Japan, and not being there during Worlds, of course. I really, by the way, there was nothing left to get from Pokemon Worlds. Nothing. I was hoping to find some like cool stuff, maybe, because we didn't get to come. I couldn't find anything. But first, let's go ahead and get to it. What a mess, says Ben. Harley, how are you awake right now? I'm still not on sleep schedule. I actually didn't go to bed till 6 in the morning, and then I woke up at 11:30 this morning. So I'm still not, my head's not right still, but that's kind of like my normal schedule anyways. So I don't know, but let's go ahead and switch over to the camera that's not on. I forgot to turn it on. And let's show you guys some of the goodies that we picked up. Now, we didn't get to pick up a ton of stuff. It was a bit surprising. The amount of times I've been over to Japan and the amount of stuff that was available to us was always insane. On this trip, I found it very odd. Things were hard to find. Now, one of the great things right now, the first time I could ever remember since I started traveling to Japan, usually the US dollar is losing out to the Japanese yen. This trip, I was completely blown away. I didn't do any research. I didn't check. Hey, Michelle, what is going on? Michelle K's in the house. Hello from Brooklyn. Glad to see you. Thanks, Michelle. Welcome. Early stream today. Early stream, everyone. So, I was quite surprised to learn that for one US dollar, we were getting $1.40, anywhere between 37 up to 49 Japanese yen. I was completely blown away by the difference there. I mean, I was not expecting that. Now, you would think, oh wow, your buying power, it must have been insane, right? It kind of was. You have to remember, while the dollar may be strong right now, the two issues that both America and Japan share, it's inflation. Inflation is incredibly high right now, and it was kind of it was a little shocking to a degree on some products. Not everything. Some products were still the same price, honestly, from what they were from previous times I've been over there. Other products were quite expensive, but we were doing very well because of the currency exchange rate. We were definitely doing well. But let me show you guys the first thing. So we did go to the Pokemon Cafe, my first time ever going to the Pokemon Cafe. I got very, very lucky. If you guys do not know, you have to get a reservation in advance, and it's like way in advance. I have never been able to get a reservation before. Now sometimes they had standby, but you could be standing there for hours and still never get in. On the plane ride over, I was checking and it was full. I was like, crap, we're not gonna get to go again. I said, oh well. Later on in the plane, I decided to check again, and there was one reservation that had opened up. Someone had canceled. I hopped on it and got the reservation, and I was super pumped for that. So, but anyways, we got to pick up a few little souvenirs from the Pokemon Cafe. Now, I do have a Japanese video. I am almost finished editing, everyone. I'm really, really close to finishing it. I gotta string together a few more things to it. I wanted to keep it short. I still don't know what I'm gonna do yet, if I'm gonna keep it at the length that it's currently at, or I'm gonna try and shorten it. I know there's two types of crowds out there. You got your ADHD crowd who wants to see quick, bam, you know, short videos, right? And then you have your crowd who really wants to see the videos in the length. They want to see things drawn out. They want to be able to see things more, you know, I guess not quality, but they want to see it better, right? Instead of these quick flashing stuff where they just show you real quick something and then boom, it's off to the next thing, right? So I'm trying to decide which way I want to go with it. Right now, it is a little bit, it's around, it's going to be around 20 to 22 minutes long where it's at right now. I haven't decided if I'm going to try and get that down to around 10 minutes or so. I could definitely do it. I really like when people get to look at things and admire it rather than just see it for a quick millisecond. But I also know, you know, it's the way the YouTube algorithm works, right? But yeah, Gengar is the GOAT for sure. We were there. It was all about Gengar, which is Epic Ethan's favorite Pokemon, for those that don't know. So, excuse me. But we got these cool Gengar spoon. This one's a fork. This was really cheap. This was inexpensive. Something like, I want to say it was like two something yen. So again, with the conversion rate, really, really cheap. Keep it long, says Pogo Dad. What's up, my guy? Yeah, that's what she said. And then we have our other one here. Now this is Pikachu with the in a ramen noodle bowl with a chef's hat on. Very cool. This was now this is a dessert fork, spoon. It's a spoon. It's a dessert spoon. So you can see it's very long. It's made for the Pokemon desserts, which again in the video you'll see it. We did record all that. And then of course another Gengar. We got the spoon now. So we got the whole set. We got a fork, a spoon, and a dessert spoon. So those are Epic Ethan's actually. He wanted those were what he wanted those. So I can suggest everybody Harley's video from last year, La Gala in Paris. That's epic in HD. Yeah, you know, I'm hoping that I get invited to come back for this upcoming year. I'm kind of hoping. I haven't talked to Mr. Fuji. I haven't talked to Gary or any of the other guys yet, but I would love to go back again. It was such a great experience over there. I would definitely love to go cover it, and hopefully I don't get sick this time. That's a big hope, right? Also, while we were over there, I brought with me English Pokemon packs, a plethora of them. I brought Celebrations, Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, Paldea, Obsidian, you know. I bought a little bit of all that, right? And we were giving some of it away to some of the kids there. And I think we did one trade. I can't remember if we did it or not. I don't remember at this point. But yeah, so we did a little bit of that. That's one of the many things I have always marveled with your editing skills, Harley. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it. When you're doing everything by, you know, on your own, it sometimes gets rough when you see guys who pay editors who like professionally can edit and make the videos so crazy good. And that's always my goal, is just to try to be as good as them. So we got some mail from the one and only Positive Pokemon Players. Sent us some Christmas mail that was lost, but it has been found, right? I got something special from Creative Card World. Something very, very cool in here. I'm excited to see. I picked up this Godzilla. I don't know what this is, but there was somebody in one of my Instagram streams that said they were a huge Godzilla fan. And I have to go find out who it was again. But I actually picked this up for that person. And they don't know this. But I picked this up for them. So once I find out from the Instagram stream who it was, I'm going to mail this out to them. I know since they were such a huge Godzilla fan. We picked up something very rare. Very difficult to find. Long. I want it 5 hours long. I could easily make long an hour video easily. But they're hard to make that long, man. To be honest with you, making a short video, it's way tougher than to make a long one. We did pick ourselves up one of the I believe that's what, Roaring Moon. I forgot the Japanese name right now. The Japanese name. How can I forget what the Japanese name was? It is, I'm sure somebody will get it before I get it. What's it called? I think was it Ancient Roar? I think this is Ancient Roar and Future Flash, I believe. So this is either Ancient Roar or Raging Surf. And then this one, I believe, is Future Flash. So we did pick up 2 booster boxes of these, which we're going to open on the channel. We are going to open these. Not today, guys. This is just a quick once-over video about the trip and stuff, just to get back into it. First video of the year. And then here comes something very special. I was very excited to find and pick up, and you're not gonna believe how much I paid for this. I was completely blown away. These boxes are crazy expensive over here, at least in the United States. I got this box for its MSRP price. I think I paid $40 US for it. That's it, 40 from a card shop. And they wouldn't let me buy more. They had 6 left. They would only allow me to buy 1. And when I came back the next day, they said, unfortunately, they could only sell me 1. So they wouldn't even let me buy 1 each day. And this is going to lead to the Pokemon Japanese market discussion talk that we're going to have here in just a few minutes, okay? But yeah, they would only let me buy 1. But this is going into my collection. This is definitely exciting. I really wanted to get this during Collecticon last year. I saw a few vendors that had them. It's in great condition. It got a little roughed up on the way home because it was completely mint. But again, beautiful 100th anniversary Weiss Schwartz Disney box. I'm super pumped for this. Very excited. I was very happy to pick that up. That was a big surprise. This was actually hiding, by the way. It was hiding. It wasn't like open to everyone to see it. Okay. Then we picked up a couple other items here that you see in the background. So we picked up these are basically, oops, stuff's falling. These are basically deck boxes, but they're really, really cool. I've gotten a few of these before, but I did grab one to use on the channel for a giveaway. So this is going to be in a future giveaway. We'll have this here on the channel. So we got a Mewtwo, and then this is one of the newer Pokemon. And we got, I forgot the name right now. I want to say it, but I'm gonna really mess the name up. But yeah, we picked this one up as well. Very cool. Again, comes with, it's basically just like a build and battle box in Japanese version, but very, very cool. And again, we picked this up to use as a giveaway. We're gonna do this as a giveaway at some point here. And then we got a couple other ones we picked up as well that we wanna do. Again, I would have picked up a lot more stuff, but it really was difficult to find things. Hey, welcome, Pokemart TCG. What's up, Harley? Flesh reviews. I live in Japan. It's not that hard. Laugh out loud. I don't know. We went to 3 different Pokemon centers. These were all, yeah, these are available. I will say this. These are available at all the Pokemon centers. These are available at all the Pokemon centers. But when it came to the other card shops, it was really hard to find stuff. Booster boxes. We couldn't find booster boxes. I asked everywhere we went. Shiny treasures. We couldn't find it until when we got stuck on the first day, we went back into Japan instead of wasting time sitting at a hotel room. We did go back into Tokyo, and we went back to Akihabara, and we did find like one of those underground, like under the train station places that had some shiny treasures for sale, but I was a little skeptical. I didn't like, I don't know, something about it just didn't feel right. It just kind of worried me that if I bought it, it could be resealed. And so I was a little worried about finding shiny treasures from those card shops. But yeah, this stuff is in the Pokemon Center because honestly, not that many people seem to want to buy this one. They really want this stuff. What did I just do with it? Oh, over here. People want this stuff. They want booster boxes. And I'll tell you where I picked these up. Okay? These were picked up at the Pokemon Center. Shibuya didn't have them. The one in Ikebukuro didn't have them. And then we went to the third one, which was Pokemon DX in Tokyo, right? That's where we found these. Pokemon DX. And by the way, they don't have them on the shelves. You have to ask for them at checkout. And so they put a limit. You're only allowed to buy 30 packs. So I bought this box. Epic Ethan bought this box. They wouldn't sell me both boxes. They were only 30 packs, period. That was it. They did let you buy also, though. Shiny treasures, everybody. Shiny treasures. They let us buy some shiny treasures. Again, only 10 packs you were allowed to buy per day. So if you were to go back. Now, here's the thing. So Epic Ethan and I, we got our 10 packs, right? We bought our 10 packs. When we went back to go get them, they were all sold out. So we were going to get more packs, but unfortunately the Pokemon DX Center, they told us that they had sold out. They didn't have any more. They didn't even have any more of this. They were sold out. We went back to Shibuya. Shibuya still didn't have anything, and Ikobukuro's Pokemon Center didn't have anything either. So it was really hard to find a lot of the Pokemon product like before. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'm going to show you what I mean. Flesh reviews. This was what we used to see. If you live in Japan, you probably know. This is what we used to see at Pokemon Japan centers, right? Whoop. Why aren't you going over? Oh, hold on. There we... There it goes. Okay. All right. I'm going to play with... Okay, this video is from 2019 when we were last in Japan. When we were last there, right? Look at this crazy amount of Pokemon cards that you could find in the Pokemon centers without a single issue. This is not how it was on this trip. Look at all those packs, everyone. Look at all that. That was 2019 in Japan. That was the Pokemon Center Shibuya. And you could go to every Pokemon Center, and that's how they were. Just countless numbers of packs. Why did that shut off? Huh. Yeah, but you could just find countless numbers of Pokemon packs It was so crazy to walk into the Pokemon Center. I was looking all around for this, like this. And when I asked someone at the center, they were like, oh, you have to ask at the front register now. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, this is no more at the Pokemon Centers. They removed from these out, having these in the open is what we were told while we were there. But yeah, look at all those packs, man. I mean, some of those packs today are a lot of money. Obviously, you can see there's Cosmic Eclipse. I forgot the Japanese names of those sets, but the Japanese name of those sets is gone. All that stuff is so expensive nowadays. So I thought that was pretty funny that you can't get that stuff anymore. It's just really difficult. So anyways, this was some other items we got. So we're going to also use 2 of these as giveaways here on the channel for anybody who, you know, that would love to have a set. So again, you can either play with it. It is, you know, you have your 2 different styles here. So we got our Greninja and we got our Dragonite, or you can just keep them as a collectible, or you can just pull them out and just take the EX if you want. But we're gonna have those also as giveaways. Hey, Kesey, how are you doing, Kesey? Welcome. Hey, shiny Ricardo Garcia, what's going on, my friend? So that's pretty much what we had gotten as far as the packs go. But again, we were really after these. I was just really happy that we did find them. And again, I could have gotten a sealed booster box from one of the little, like, I don't know how you would call them in Japan, but they're like in this little underneath the train station in a back alley. You'll see it in my video. I actually have it in the video that I'm going to drop from Japan. You'll see the card shop I'm talking about. Most things in Japan are very trustworthy. I have always found that you can pretty much trust almost anything while you're there. There's nothing to really be scared about. Japan's probably the safest country on the planet, to be honest. But there has been a big influx of people who've ordered product from Japan, and upon receiving it, it was all resealed. So it just, when I saw how they were storing it, when I saw how they were putting it out, I just kind of got weird vibes about it. I probably could have taken a risk and bought in some, but I just thought, you know what, we already got some shiny packs from the Pokemon Center. I know they're good. I don't have to worry about it. And I was just happy with that. But every other card shop we went to, nothing. However, the one great thing about card shops, the card shops, guys, also we picked these up. We picked couple of these stickers up from Pokemon Center. These were really cool. They had bigger ones and they had smaller ones. So we picked a couple stickers up. Epic Ethan got his Gengar and I got my Charizard. So I was very happy about that. What are the other things I can talk about? I'm glad y'all made it home safe. Holy smokes, looks like you had a trip. Yeah, King's Pokemon Empire. It was a trip for sure. Very unlike our other trips. But here's another big thing over in Japan. For those that have never been there, Japanese love blind boxes or blind bags. It's very big over there. I was gonna buy one to bring home for the channel, but I'm gonna tell you straight up why we didn't do it. We ran out of room. We didn't bring big suitcases. I wasn't gonna buy a suitcase. We had to fit. I told Epic Ethan, we already brought with us an empty carry-on bag, and that was for Epic Ethan's anime figures that he was buying. I wasn't gonna buy another bag. I said whatever we get has to fit in the carry-on. And so I couldn't get one of the Japanese blind bags. I really wish I would have bought one. But what I did pick up was one of these little blind packages. Now, again, it's all gambling, essentially. So you pay 2,000 yen, right? and you can pick from a host of these little blind packages, blind packs, and you get to see what you get. You know, hopefully you get something good in there. Now, I actually purchased this from that same shop that was underneath, that was around the railway, Akibata railway station. I can't remember if it was like a little alleyway, and it was kind of under one of the other railway stations. That was where one of the places we did find the shiny treasures, but again, I was just skeptical getting it. But I was okay with buying this as a chance. I have not opened it. It's still sealed. So I wanted to open that here on the channel. So let's go ahead and let's see if we got anything decent for 2,000 yen. And by the way, 2,000 yen right now. Do I still have that up? I do have it up. There it is. So I can't remember. It was $13 to $14 is what I paid for this. $13 to $14. Now they had different variations of these blind packs. They had a 1,000 yen one, and I think they had a 500 yen. I can't remember. I don't remember if they had a 500 yen, but I know they had a 1,000 yen, a 2,000 yen, and they had a larger one. Now I was willing to do the 2,000 yen. Again, let's see what we can get here. Might end up with nothing, but that's the whole fun of it. You just never know. Let's see what we get in here. Which way do we pull it? Okay, we'll pull it out this way. Looks like there's a couple of cards in here. And this was the only one I bought. Again, I wasn't wanting to risk buying more than that, but we got a couple of cards in here. In fact, it looks like there's maybe 4 cards. Okay, so let's flip it around. Let's pull it out and see what we get. So we got an energy. Maybe they just used that to hide what was actually in here. King's Empire Strikes Back. Absolutely, Ben F. Ernesto says, all right, I gotta head out. Epic, have fun. Good vibes, my dude. Appreciate it, Ernesto. Appreciate that, man. Have a good one. Do you have to pay customs at arrival in US for these items? No. As long as you're not declaring that you have like $10,000 worth of merch, they just let us right through. I did tell them that we spent probably around 500 bucks. Probably a little more than that. We probably spent, yeah, we probably spent $1,000. I'm gonna say we spent 1,000 bucks. But unless you're spending like 10, you don't have to really do anything. So no, we were good on that. All right, let's see what our first card is. Was it worth the 14 US dollars? We're gonna find out. Oh, snap. Let's go. I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty happy. All right, so is it worth $14? Was that Zamazenta? Whoops. Let's see here. It's I mean, it's in mint condition. Mint condition. Centered perfectly. But is this worth the $14 gamble is the question. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. We did get 2 energies, but you know what it was? It was fun at the end of the day, man. That was fun to do that. I was really excited to open this, and I am very happy with this hit. So I'm perfectly fine with this hit. Perfectly fine with it. I'll look it up later, see what it is, but yeah, that is pretty cool right there. So now let me show you some of the individual stuff that we picked up. And as I do that, we're going to talk about the Pokemon card market over in Japan. So one of the biggest things that I noticed most YouTubers are discussing when they discuss the market, the Japanese market. Japanese market is dead. You know, you can actually go all the way back to J-Love from 2 years ago, saying that the Japanese market is dead. And I think there was one more energy behind the Zamazenta you sleeve. Yeah, there was 2 energies. I got 2 out of there, I believe. Was there more? Was there one sticking? Now there was just the 2. There's just 3 cards. Just the 3. We got 2 energies and the Zamazenta. It's an $8 to $10 card, says Pogo Dad. Oh, wow. Okay. So, you know, again, you're not always going to win on everything. So, you know, you got to expect that. It was just fun to do. Something fun. So, again, if you watch pretty much any YouTuber, they'll talk about how the Japanese Pokemon market is dead. And they'll say all these things, right? What I would say is this. When I talked to two of the shops, I was able to talk with one of the owners who could speak some English. And one of the biggest problems they have was that obviously when the pandemic hit and English Pokemon cards became near impossible to get, everybody started flipping over to the Japanese market. And they basically just started wiping out their inventory. And that really hit them hard over there. Well, they started implementing little rules here and there. And so, like, they would not sell me. I tried. They would not sell me. Like, there was a couple cards I was going to buy 5 to 10 copies of and bring back with me. They wouldn't sell me the cards. They said, sorry, we can't sell you that many cards. We're only going to sell you, we can only sell you up to 4 cards. So there were several cards that we bought that, hey, David's Pokelife. Yo, what's up, David? With the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, my guy. Definitely appreciate it, man. We gotta hook up sometime, my friend. Definitely gotta hook up sometime. I'll drive up. But yeah, guys, so they would not sell me. They would not sell me more. And that was just one store. Another store would not allow me to buy 2 copies. Yeah, wouldn't allow me to buy 2 copies. Even with Epic Ethan. I said one for my binder, one for his binder. They said, sorry, we can only sell you 1 copy. So I don't know if I'm just going to assume, because, you know, we were English, and because of what has happened over the past couple years in the Japanese market, I'm just going to assume that they basically have squashed our ability to go over there and buy cards. Because before, going back to 2019, we bought multiple copies of cards. No problem. Never questions asked, anything. So they've definitely put the handle down on buying multiple cards so that they don't think we're taking them back home and flipping them and selling them and things like that. I'm working, am on the background listening. Sweet, man. Appreciate that, David. Hope it's going well for you. Hope it's going well. It's a beautiful day out right now. Mav, the Mav Collector, is in the house. What's up, my friend? But yeah, guys, that's one of the biggest issues I noticed was they really did put it down. Now, whether that was some of the shops on Akibara's main way, a couple of the smaller shops that we had found, there was a couple shops around the Shibuya area that we went to. Mandarake, there really wasn't much. I was really surprised. You used to be able to go to Mandarake, and they would have these bundles, these big, thick bundles that you could buy, and you literally could find old, we're talking 1990, 96, 97, they'd have Japanese cards in there. Hollows. You could find a ton of stuff in those bundles. Those were no more. We asked, they told us they didn't have them anymore. So Mandarake was definitely, how many different times am I going to say Mandarake? Mandarake. But we were kind of surprised, again, seeing the difference from what we had known to always see there when we went, right? Card shops, again, the same thing. However, one thing card shops still really good at, we're having singles. Plethora of singles. My favorite card shop, which was in Akibara, it looks like it either did a renovation or they were bought out and somebody else owns them now, but it was completely different setup. Had so many epic cards in there, guys. So many great classics. and some of the most expensive cards you could find. Again, it will be in my video when I put it out. My other favorite card shop is in Shibuya. It's literally right by the Ginza train station. That's another one of my favorite card shops to go to. It's a great card shop in there. Again, a little bit of an overhaul of the shop. It wasn't quite the same, but it was almost the same. That was a great one to visit again, though. But that's where we got a lot of our cards from. So let me go ahead and show you what we picked up, right? So we've got our, this was the Kanazawa Pikachu, if I remember right. But this was the Kanazawa Pokemon Center version. There's two versions of this card. There's another version of this card that's way more money, way more expensive. But I picked up this one, and of course this was 6,980 yen. Also do note, they do not barter in Japan. At least not in my experiences. We've never, ever, ever been able to barter in Japan. So they didn't barter this time either. But yeah, we picked this one up, which was a favorite of mine. I was very upset I missed out on this card. This was also, by the way, they did let us buy 2 copies of this card, I believe. Wait. No, it was a different card I bought 2 copies of. They would only let me buy 1 copy of this one. I was only able to buy 1 copy of that one. I bought some of these beautiful illustrator cards that I really enjoy. Of course, we got the Poliwag here. Laugh out loud. What's up, Ben? Says Mav Collector, man. We picked up another beautiful illustrator. Again, these were so inexpensive. I just felt, and I love the artwork on this one, especially because it's a Kamiya. So I had to get this one. You know, Kamiya being probably my favorite artist in Pokemon. So it was 180 yen for that. Not a bad pickup at all. And you got to remember, almost all of these cards you're picking up in Japan, the majority of them are going to be near mint to mint condition. Very, very little light play. They will let you know if it's light play. But yeah, these were really, really good condition. Obviously, it's a bit off center on it, but I don't mind. It's going to go in the binder. Another one of I just love the artwork on this card. Obviously, vanilla, baby. Got to get that vanilla in there. At the kids at the shop. Love that card. Now, this one's a little more beat up. This one was a little more beat up. I would say that this one was probably lightly played. A little bit. Very little chipping. But this was a little more expensive, too. It was $250 for this one. $250 for this card. But the top is a little bit chipped up there. So I'm not sure if that's from either light play or it just came out of the package that way. You don't typically find Japanese cards coming out of their package beat up like that. Doing better, Mav. Getting over the C thing. Hope you feel better, Ben. We grabbed ourselves a shiny. We had to grab ourselves a shiny. But this wasn't the reason why we got this. If I remember right, we actually got this from, where is it at? Oh, right here. So they had these blind packs. There was another card shop that was in the Parco building where the Shibuya Pokemon Center is located. There's a really nice, like, high-end card shop there. And they were selling these single packs for 500 yen. But you also got some cards in them. This came from one of those single packs. So we got the Milotech, and we got one of the shinies here from those packs. I thought that was kind of cool. Another nice little pickup. Obviously, we got the beautiful Groudon Illustrator Rare. Doing 90% better, says Ben. Ben, I'm happy to hear you're doing better, my friend. Happy to hear you're doing better. Had to pick up the Groudon. Again, another beautiful, beautiful artwork card. Love this card. Now, this was 500 yen is what we paid for it. Actual price was 550. You get 10% off. We paid cash, so we got it for 500 yen. Had to get Had to get the Soul Rock, $1.50, or not a dollar, 150 yen. So again, another beautiful Japanese card that I picked up. I could have picked up probably several $100s for the cards, guys. Really could have done it. I just picked up what I really liked and what I thought was really exciting. So we picked up this Aegislash, which is a beautiful card as well. Ironically enough, I've only opened a few of the English version of this set, and I pulled the English version of this already. So now I have the Japanese version. So I'm pretty excited. Again, $1.80 or excuse me, 180. We opened up one pack, I believe, of Shiny Treasures, and this is what we pulled from it. Got the Primate Shiny. We pulled that out of our one pack that we did open. Had to pick up my Zard Boydie. Beautiful Japanese Zard. Again, gives you those classic Crystal Zard vibes there with that new EX. Paid 280 yen. 280 yen. Appreciate you, Harley, man. You've always done so much for us. Great Poke Power, by the way. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Had to pick up the Illustrator Japanese version of Charmander. Had to get it. Now, obviously, if you guys haven't watched, I did pull from the 151 set English version. I pulled all 3 of the Illustrator rares. So I felt that I needed to get in Japanese. So here's the, you got the Charmander. Now we got Charmeleon, right? Paid 680 yen for this card. Really good condition, very mint condition. However, I did not pick up the Charizard. It was, they just wanted way too much money, I felt, for it. And the version I found had some chipping, and it was off center, and I just felt it was too high. When I asked him if he would sell it for a lower price, he said no. So, you know, you don't want to be disrespectful to them, so I didn't push it. I just said thank you very much, and you know, I had to pass on it. So now we got our Moon Baby. Paid $1 for this. Again, this will all go into the collection. Then we picked up a promo. We got ourselves a promo. 2,000 yen for the Pikachu. And we got the Scarlet and Violet new starters on here. Again, this is a promo card. If I can get, I don't think I can get any closer. There we go. All right. So beautiful looking promo here. Now, I did pick up some of these. We were allowed to buy a few of these promos. Again, they did cap us on that. So I picked up for a friend of mine who's a big promo collector. So I was able to pick up some promos for him. So he's going to be getting some of the promos. But there was only one shop that allowed us to buy up to 5 cards at one time. It was one shop that allowed us to do that. Every other shop just put their foot down. Here was another fantastic promo I was happy to pick up. Now, this is not a holo card. It's a normal variant. But again, paid 1,200 or 1,280 yen for this. Let's open it up. It's still in its cellophane, by the way. Still in the cellophane. But when it comes to pricing for the Japanese market, again, it's a non-holo, but such a beautiful card. You can see right there. It is. I'm taking it. It has something to do with the new year, possibly for the new year. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I just liked the artwork on the card. Thought it was really cool. And again, it's a sealed promo. I didn't want to pass up on it for 1,280 yen. And then probably my biggest pickup. I mean, you could probably say that this Pikachu was the biggest singles pickup that I did. Yeah, look how beautiful that card is, man. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful that card is. Such a beautiful card. Love that card. But I would say this is probably my biggest pickup. I was looking to get something really special while I was over there. I almost bought, I was this close. I almost bought a Charizard Expedition Holo Charizard. The price listed, now if you guys watched my Instagram video, I discussed it. So the price that was listed on the Charizard was, it made me think that it was like $100+ card. No, it was way more than that. So I had to pass on it. But I found one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, Alakazam, in card ass, 4,000 Japanese yen. I got this from the Mandrake store, and I just couldn't pass it up. It was just too good a price. Obviously, I wanted a Charizard, but I couldn't afford the Charizard. It was really expensive. We got the blue backing on this one. Obviously, there, you know, if you don't know, there's two types of backing. So this is the blue backing. But I was really happy to get this card. I just think it's a great card. Obviously, it's, you know, way off center, if you can't tell. But I am definitely going to get this card graded, hands down. It'll probably get a 7 to an 8, I'm guessing, based on looking at it. I didn't see any dents, any marks. There's no chipping. It's really, really nice condition. Very, very good condition. It's just really off center. Unless there's something that I can't see in it, I'm guessing it'll be an 8 if I were to do PSA, is what I'm guessing. But yeah, I just had to grab it, man. I had to. I thought for 4,000 yen, again, 4,000 yen was basically 27 bucks. $27 for a card ass Alakazam in mint condition. So I couldn't pass it up. That was probably my favorite pickup besides this. Besides the Weiss Schwartz box, that was definitely, these were my two favorite pickups from the trip. Again, it's really sucks they wouldn't let me buy more, because I would have, hands down, I would have bought all 6. Would have bought all 6, without a doubt. For the price I paid for this, I would have bought all 6. Really stinks he wouldn't sell me more, but I understand. I understand. So, anyways, we got a couple more items here. Epic Ethan. Oh, this was the other part I want to talk about, the Japanese market. What I notice, there seems to be a shift happening. And that shift, I would have to say, is they're going from Pokemon to One Piece. I don't see how it's not happening. So let's see, what did we get in here? So we got ourselves one of my favorites as well. Got a holo. Another holo. Spiders. Some birds. Some snowies. Some just normal. Ooh, nice trainer. One of my favorite trainer cards. And we'll just call it Mount Fuji. So that was a nice little pack for 500 yen. But what I will say is, hands down, One Piece seemed to be taking over. Every shop we went to, exception to one shop, which was very, very Yu-Gi-Oh! Oriented. Very Yu-Gi-Oh! Oriented. And you guys know I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. Yu-Gi-Oh really is probably my favorite love. I really had to hold back from going in on Yu-Gi-Oh. I found so much epic Yu-Gi-Oh-ness. It was just, I was flipping out on how much Yu-Gi-Oh I found in one of the shops. But I'm definitely gonna say that a lot of the shops, One Piece has really started taking over. Excuse me. Let's see if we get anything. Got an Apom. We got nothing from this pack. So just a bunch of commons, a rare, nothing too crazy there. But yeah, guys, One Piece is hands down taken over Japan. So we did pick up some One Piece stuff, mostly Epic Ethan did. Let's go ahead and open up this one pack and see what we get in here. Maybe we get something cool. I don't know. Let's see. Again, I think this might be my first ever One Piece that I open up. I don't recall opening One Piece before. We got cool looking comic character type card there. Again, I don't know very much about One Piece. This is an Epic Ethan ordeal. And that's it. That's all we got from that One Piece pack there. So I don't think we got anything too crazy. I know there's nothing shiny. So but yeah, that was a fun little opening there. I don't mind One Piece's art. It reminds me a lot of, like, you know, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, almost kind of like Digimon, like the way Bandai, you know, it's because it's all Bandai. So it's just got that Bandai art and look to it. I think that's what it really comes down to. But let's go ahead and open up this mail so I can see what we got here. But again, when it comes to the Japanese market, everybody, one of the craziest things that I definitely have to say is the pricing of cards has definitely increased. And again, I can go back and reference from our 2019 video. Our 2019 video, you can see prices were much lower. It's just the fact that Japan has finally realized its true value, and their cards are fire, man. One Piece is definitely going crazy in Japan, and the mail days are legendary days, says Ben F. Absolutely. So what did we get? What did I get? First of all, how about this packing? This is freaking epic, man. That's how you pack a card from getting damaged. Very nice. Very, very nice. But, yeah, One Piece is taking over Japan, guys. Every shop we went to, from Shibuya to Ikebukuro over to Akibara, it was just everywhere. Okay, so I couldn't help it. I saw these cards and I had to get these. If you guys don't know, Snorlax is my second favorite Pokemon, so I had to get this guy. And then we got the Pikachu Grinch, baby. Pikachu Grinch. Absolutely beautiful cards. Now, I've never ordered from Creative before. If you guys are interested in any of these cards, again, this is from Creative Card World. You can find them on Instagram. They have a website. But I just saw these cards and was so in love with them. I was like, man, I gotta have this. So I've always wanted to get a playmat done, a custom playmat done, and I would definitely love to get one like this with Snorlax. Oh, he came out of the sleeve. Now, again, this is custom cards. These are custom cards, everybody. There's texture. Wow, this is some legit custom card making, man. Wow. This is crazy good, man. Put his own backing on it. Wow. This is absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. Holy cow, man. This is like a legit Pokemon card. I mean, everything from the lettering. Wow, that is a beautiful card. This is amazing, man. I knew it looked good, but I didn't know how good it actually looked. That blows me away right there. Now let's take a look at the Pikachu. I got the full holo set from him and all the Eevees. Oh, really? Wow. This is gorgeous. What craftsmanship that he put into this. Or I don't know if it's a he or a she, but wow. The texture on here is unbelievable. The holo is great. I mean, this legitimately looks like a real Pokemon card. Holy cow. Only custom cards I own. Yeah, I have never, ever been into custom cards except for my friend Drew, who does custom stuff as well. Drew's custom cards, he made us our own family Pokemon card. And I think I had him make me something else. But basically we wanted him to make us our own custom Pokemon cards. But wow. This is absolutely, I mean, this looks like a legitimate Pokemon card. Holy cow. These are beautiful. You know, and I'm a huge Christmas nut, everyone. If you guys don't know, I had to get this. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I had to get the Snorlax and the Pika Grinch. Or the Grinchu. I mean, how close can I get to show you guys just how... I mean, you can literally see, you can see the texture. Wow. This might be the best custom artwork I have ever seen from someone. This is unbelievable. Holy cow. Wow, what a pickup. What an unbelievable pickup. I think I paid, what, $25 a card or something? Well worth it. Well worth it. It's a he. His name is Elbin. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Elbin's got some serious talent, man. Elbin's got some serious talent. I mean, we love promoting artists here on this channel. There's a whole bunch of artists that I love. I got to reach out to one of our friends, Beth, and ask her to make me a new custom mat. I got to make sure I get that done. That's something that was on my list to get done. To have Beth do that. But there's a ton of great artists. But wow, Elbin just got on my list as probably one of my favorite artists right now. This is crazy good. If you put a Pokemon back on this card and you took away the shininess on the outside of the holo, I would seriously think this is a real Pokemon card. 100%. That is so amazing. Wow. Such fantastic work. All right, let's see what Positive Pokemon Playa sent us. He sent us a little holiday something. Hey! Oh, snap! He told me he sent me some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Wow. We got ourselves some Korean Evolving Skies. Well, the Japanese name obviously is not Evolving Skies, but we got ourselves some Korean. Absolutely amazing. And if you guys don't know, there is a difference between Japanese and Korean lettering. As someone, you know, I'm gonna definitely keep probably one of those sealed just because I think it's cool. Well, let's open one up. Let's open one of these up. I have been to Korea. I went to the World Cup back in 2002, and I spent time in Korea, which was pretty cool. Thank you, Ben F. Ben F. Productions. No, Elbin is the shop owner. The artist is mentioned on the left bottom. Yeah, I saw the artist's name. I did see the artist's name, but I didn't know. That's what I'm saying. When you said Elbin, I was kind of confused, but that makes more sense now. That makes more sense. Very cool, though. I like that. Yeah, that is pretty epic work. All right, let's see what we can pull here. Some Korean Evolving Skies. We got Schmergles. PPP, baby. Oh, snap. We got ourselves an Umbreon. It's a Korean Umbreon. It's like glass. It looks like they put glass on the front of the card. It's so shiny. That is funny. Like, it's just so shiny. Wow. Very nice, though. I do like that. I do like that. I like it a lot. We're going to sleeve it up. Wow. Got some epicness here, man. I'm pretty happy with that. And then I guess we get some type of like oh, it's like a code card. Kind of like a code card, I guess. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. So we've opened up some cool stuff. We got some shiny EX. I'm going to open up a couple of packs. Just a couple. Let's see if we can pull anything cool in here. Now, I am going to go ahead and use scissors. But let's get back to the Japanese market. So, is the Japanese market crashing? No. The Japanese market's not crashing. Sick, I'll take it. Thanks, says Hello Brooklyn. The Japanese market, it's not crashing, guys. Where it is crashing, like, well, I can't say it's not crashing and say it's crashing, right? It's not to the point they say it is. The individual market itself, the cards itself, they're holding very well. They've actually gone up quite a bit in price. They're still asking a lot. While we were there, the last time when we were in Japan, we were the only person at every card shop we went to, basically. Like, we went to shops multiple times. We were in there for long periods of time, and there was like nobody was coming in. It was very slow. I was able to film. I was able to make, some videos. This time, every shop we went to was packed full of people. Packed full of people. Maybe a price correction, not crash. Yeah, more of a price correction is very possible. But dude, they were selling cards hand over fist while we were there. Again, singles. Sealed product was very, very, very tough to come by. Again, when you go to the Pokemon Center, if you didn't know that you had to go to the register and ask them if they had Pokemon cards, sealed product, you wouldn't have known. And again, they didn't have a plethora of choices like they did in the past. I mean, last time, we got Double Dragon. Basically, we had gotten Unbroken Bonds, Cosmic Eclipse, Unified Minds. What else did we get when we were there? Celestial Storm, some Burning Shadows, all Japanese versions. That was all in the Pokemon Centers before. And it was just a host of it. Whereas now, again, there's just none of the Pokemon Centers have it out in the open. At least the 3 we went to. Again, now you have a Pokemon Center. There's the Pokemon Center DX, which is in... It's not Kyoto. Pokemon Center DX. I forgot the name of this. Japan. Let's go to Japan. Let's go to Tokyo. The area. How can I forget the area? Where am I at? Oh, Nihonbashi. Nihonbashi is where Pokemon Center DX is located and the Pokemon Cafe. Okay? And then you have Pokemon Center Shibuya. There's Pokemon Center in Ikebukuro. There's one at the Skytree location. And I believe there's one in Yokohama. And I know that before we've traveled around to all the Pokemon centers. And again, you can just find cards everywhere. Sealed product is mainly what I'm talking about. And then when you go to, like, you know, the hole in the walls, you know, I don't mean literally a hole in the wall, but when you go to like places like Akibara and Shibuya and Shinjuku, you know, you can find a lot of smaller card shops. If you're not Japanese, you're gonna have a very, very difficult time finding a lot of these shops. They're not easy to find. Luckily, the ones in Akibara, they're located in several buildings right there on the main strip, or the main road in Akibara. And so they're located up high in high-rise buildings. And then again, you had some that were located under the railway. And, you know, like I said, it just depends where you went. But overall, what I found when it comes to the Japanese market, single cards are still very much high. They weren't low priced. I wasn't getting no deals. I wasn't going to get no Poncho Pikachu for $50 like back in 2019. Or a Luigi, or any of the cosplays. You weren't getting any of that stuff like I could have gotten in 2019. You're not getting anything that, again, they basically understood and learned their value, guys. So the rise is for real. But the big issue is sealed product. Sealed product. Another thing, you used to be able to go into Daiso, 7-Eleven, and they would have Pokemon in there. Okay, and that goes all the way back to the many, many, many trips that I have taken to Japan. And again, I've been to Japan probably close to 20 times since 2000. And always Pokemon cards everywhere we would go. And on this trip, we went to several Daisos, tons of 7-Elevens, Lawson, you know, we went to all those places. Hey, Mr. Slick, you're back. How you doing, my friend? But we went to all those places, and it just was so different this time around. It just was very, very different. Again, very hard to find product. I mean, you can literally get... I felt like I could get Japanese product over here in the States easier than I could get it over there. That's the feeling that I was left with. Again, I'm not saying... I didn't go to every shop, so I can't account for every shop, but I definitely did quite a few shops. And I talked to a few people that could speak some English. Very, very interesting. Again, I do have a Japanese video that's going to come out soon about the trip. Would have definitely loved to pick up some more sealed products. Ooh, was that Toxtricity? The birds. And we got ourselves a shiny. It's a double header. Let's go. Beautiful. Hey, it's a double banger. Let's go. No, bat. EX. Look at that. Gleam. Not a bad pack. Not a bad pack. Our first pack. Let's go. There's the golden guy. Golden spaghetti hairs. But yeah, it's... Sealed product was just a whole different ball game, guys. It's a whole different ball game. And I'm comparing it to the past trip that we did. That's where I'm getting my comparison from. And as I said before, they seem to be going down the One Piece path really, really big. Really big. So, a lot of One Piece everywhere we went. So, it's definitely interesting. And I can see where, you know, Japan is definitely, after a lot of Americans seem to have cleaned out the Japanese sealed market. Yeah. Another shiny. Let's go. Man, 2 good packs. Another beautiful EX. I am not too sure the name of the Pokemon. I believe these are more the newer ones, and I'm not positive on those. I'll be honest with you. When it comes to Scarlet and Violet, I have not been on the game, but I'm going to get into it. I got to get into it. All right, we're going to open 2 more packs of shiny treasures, and then we're going to call it a stream. Again, I didn't mean for it to be a long stream today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Japanese market. What did I find while I was there, and what was my experience so far. So absolutely love it. I would go back tomorrow if I could go back tomorrow. I really would. Definitely wish I could go back to 2019 though. If I could get back in the DeLorean, guys, go back to 2019. I'm not even asking to go back 20 years. I'm just asking to go back to 2019. I would be more than happy to pick up some of the most epic cards ever that we found back then for such great prices. Oh, let's go. Dang, we're doing really well right now. Hey, we ended on the Snorlax there. Beautiful. Obviously this shiny treasure set is extremely big. It's huge. It's a huge set. But again, if you guys get a chance, if anybody gets to go to the Pokemon Center over in Japan, make sure you go to the register and you ask if they have Pokemon sealed packs. That's how you find it. And again, they do have a limit. Now, can you go back? Like, now we went back, you know, again, we were there for a couple days, so we went back a couple times, right? Could you go back in the same time period? Maybe. I don't know if they would recognize you and say, no, you already bought packs and send you out. I don't know if they would do that. I would imagine they wouldn't do it. It's just how I know Japan's culture is. But yeah, we had a really good time there. Again, as far as the market goes, I'm not going to say it's crashing. I think Pogo Dad said it right. It's definitely more of a correction. But I would still say even with a correction, it's still going up. What do you mean it disappeared? Says Jolly Pop. What's up, Jolly Pop? I would say, in other words, sealed product disappeared, Jolly Pop. It was really difficult to find sealed product. Now, these products, these are just deck boxes, build and battle kits. These are everywhere. Plentiful in every Pokemon Center. Every LGS had it, right? Because these are these aren't things that people really want to buy a lot of. What was really hard to find and what basically has disappeared are finding booster boxes of stuff. That's what's pretty much disappeared in Japan. It's finding the sealed products. Now, I asked a couple LGS owners. They did have some sealed product in the back that you had to ask for, but did they have a plethora of sealed product? No. Not like before. Not like before. It was very, very different. Very different. And another shiny. Another EX. Love shiny treasures, man. Such a beautiful set. But that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean by disappeared. Very, very, very difficult to find sealed product. Good sealed product. Let me say that. Because I did have someone point out earlier who lives over in Japan that it's not that hard. But again, if you're living in Japan, it's not the same. It's very different. If you're living in Japan, you've had time to find and know where all the shops are. Most likely you speak the language or you have friends that do. And that really does help you a lot. When you're just a foreigner walking in and you know, you basically, all you can say is, you know, arigato and konnichiwa and ohayou gozaimasu. Basically, you're just being respectful by saying hello and goodbye, right? And thank you. It's just not going to be the same. I definitely can say we experienced it by them not willing to sell us more than one card, more than one product. as I mentioned before, I would have hands down bought more of those Weiss Schwarz Disney that they had. I would have bought all 6 of them, especially at $40 a booster box. I would have definitely bought all 6. And again, they just would not sell me it. So it's understandable. They're trying to, you know, control the market over there. They're trying to handle their stuff, and I get it. That's fine. But Pokemon, I've said it for a long time. I've been saying it for years and years. I've never understood why the Japanese cards are valued less than English cards. They look better. They're always mint, you know. Centering is almost perfect all the time. There's all these different factors with Japanese cards, and I've always just been blown away by why they were so cheap all the time. And you gotta understand something else. In Japan, there's a big resale market there for everything. So, for instance, Epic Ethan's One Piece figurines, right? All those anime figurines, the majority of them are resales. They're basically, people rent out a spot in a shop, and they sell their product there. They sell their item, and in the shop, it gets basically, you know, a commission for selling their item, right? You don't find a whole lot of brand new out of the box type stuff. It is there, but you're really, the majority of the stuff you're finding is being resold again, right? And so Pokemon cards are almost the same way. You have a lot of people who have sold off their Pokemon collections, but they really take care of their cards extremely well. You know, like if you look at our, you know, an English player, his card's going to probably be warped. It's going to have creases and bends and chipping, and I just, you know, I saw one of the guy's decks over there, and it looked like it was just pulled out of one of these boxes. I mean, it was really crazy how well put together and mint condition this person's playing deck was. It's just the, again, very two different ways of living, 2 different ways of how things are done, and that results in, you know, being able to resell product at a much better price. And again, going back to all the years in Japan, I always was just like, how come Japanese cards are so inexpensive compared to English cards, you know? But the past few years has seen Japan realize that their cards are far more valuable than I think anyone realized. And now in America and Europe, you're seeing such a huge boom for Japanese products, for Japanese cards. People love how beautifully put together they are. The fact that there are definitely 2 types of cards there. You can have the exact same card, one from the English set and one from the Japanese set. And the Japanese set will have some texture to it, it'll have a feel to it, certain color pop to it, whereas the same card in English doesn't have those same attributes. And I think that's just really played a big role in people wanting Japanese more so than English nowadays. Is it a trend that this is going on? Will this go away? It's very possible, and we could see the Japanese market fall back again. Yes, very, very possible that could happen. But as of right now, where we stand, I see the Japanese market still standing on its toes, tall and strong, and going for a while. So enjoy whatever you can get, guys. Enjoy whatever you can get. I definitely will. I'm going to try and make another trip. I know my other son, Hayden, he was not able to come with us on this trip because his passport expired. We didn't know that. We literally just sent it in to get redone. So he wants to go over to Japan. We're going to maybe see if we can make that happen within the next year. I don't know. It's going to be difficult to probably make it happen, but we'll try. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Hello Brooklyn says, locals pay others to buy for them anyhow. Yeah, very different how things are done. Humans always find ways to go around the laws. It's a fact. It is a fact. It is. Like I said, Japan is an extremely trustworthy country. I love Japan to death. It is next to Australia. Japan is my favorite country in the world. Might even be it's probably my favorite country in the world, to be honest with you. Right now, it's my favorite country in the world. I'll say that straight up. Safest country in the world, hands down. But, you know, there has been an unfortunate influx of reselling happening and resealing. So, you know, you order something from Japan, you expect it to come, you know, sealed, and you expect it to be where you're supposed to. But yeah, black market is the same everywhere. It's very true. The black market is absolutely the same everywhere for sure, and it's no different from there. So again, I could have picked up some sealed booster boxes of shiny treasures for MSRP. There were just things that I didn't like that made me think, you know, I'm going to take this stuff home with me, and I may open some of it up, and some of it I'm definitely going to keep sealed. And I just didn't feel it was worth taking the risk to do it. You know, the only place I found sealed shiny treasure, the only one, was at the one, actually it was, I think they were together actually, but it was a card stand underneath the Akibara Railway. It was like a alleyway area, and I think they were also running a table up by the front of the street. See, that was the first thing I thought was weird. They didn't have a store location when we first walked by. It was just a table set up, and they had cases. They had like 4 or 5 cases of shiny treasures on the side, and they had shiny treasures up on the table. They had it both opened and in sealed boxes. And I did see a couple of Japanese people purchasing, but it was mostly foreigners at the table. It just gave me weird vibes because I had never seen that before in Japan. In America, yeah, in other countries, you'd see that type of stuff, that type of behavior. But in Japan, I'd never seen a setup like that before. And so it just worried me. And then, like I said, when you go through the alleyway, there was a card shop there. In fact, Epic Ethan purchased one of his One Piece figurines because he got it at a great price. It was like, I want to say 2,000 or 3,000 yen difference from what the price was on the main avenue. Obviously, the main avenue, everything's gonna be more expensive. But this card shop was located in this little alleyway underneath the railway, and I just felt it was strange how they had a table out, and they were doing the blind packs and blind boxes and stuff. So it just made me worry to throw down $200-300, get home to find out they were resealed or weighed or something. Yeah, so I decided to pass on it. That's why I don't have any sealed shiny. But again, could not find sealed Pokemon products. You know, the average booster boxes, whether it was shinies treasures or any of the current Japanese sets, we just couldn't find it. It was really difficult to find. There was one store that did have this one. This was the one in Shibuya. They had about 6 boxes of these. They had 6 boxes of this one. I asked them if they had any other sets. Yeah, very sus. Sounds sketchy. Yeah. But he said no, they only had this. They did have some shiny treasures at this one, but they also wanted a lot more. They wanted money. It wasn't MSRP price for their shiny treasure. That was the only shop that I found that didn't have it at MSRP. So again, either it was above MSRP, we found it at a sketch location at MSRP, or we found it at the one Pokemon Center, and that was it. Nowhere else. So, but yeah, I got lots of cool stuff that we're gonna try and open up on the next live stream. Probably gonna go ahead and we're gonna give away either the Mewtwo box, or we're gonna give away 2 of the GX boxes. Again, I know they're not the biggest items, but you know, for people who can't go to Japan, who don't want to pay you know, a lot of money for it on eBay or something, you know, it's a cool item to have. It's, you know, I have this stuff on my shelf from years past, so I find these boxes to be pretty cool. But yeah, we were able to pick up a couple of those. But anyways, everybody, that's gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little stream. You know, again, being over there, first-hand witnessing and experiencing how things were happening over there with Japanese cards, buying singles, looking for products, all of that fun stuff, right? One Piece is definitely taken over. One Piece is definitely taken over. And I should say this. Let me preface this real quick. I keep saying Japan all the time. Japan, Japan, Japan. I am talking solely about being in Tokyo. Now, if you're in Osaka, if you're in Kyoto, if you're in Niigata, Nagasaki, wherever you may be in Japan, the actual country, maybe all of what I'm saying is not necessarily true. Okay? I'm strictly talking about Tokyo, and I should have said that from the very beginning. We're talking about Tokyo, about what we found. Again, we must have went to, I want to say we went to 10 to 15 card shops that we found. Okay, 10 to 15. And out of those 10 to 15, only a couple of them we found sealed product in. So again, it was a pretty tough thing. But yeah, definitely. Never been to Japan. You definitely gotta make it to Japan, man. I think you and your son, you guys would absolutely go insane in Japan. I really do. I know we were going insane. So, but otherwise, that's gonna do it, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash the thumbs up. Again, we'll be putting out more Pokemon content here in the future. I can't tell you I'm not gonna go to a schedule. We have a lot of stuff going on in our life. I know people don't want to hear negative stuff. They don't want to hear downing things, you know, like that. But we just have a lot going on in our life right now. And so it's just been so hard to stick to a schedule. My son, Hayden, starts high school soccer tomorrow. That's an everyday thing up until May. So I'll be back in soccer life again a lot. I will try to stream a little bit more often. I'm probably going to start putting videos back out again rather than streaming all the time. That's going to do it, though. That's what we're looking at, though, moving forward. Not saying I'm quitting streaming, I'm not. We're just going to slow down the streaming a little bit. I'm not going to stream as much. But yeah, we'll get back on it. It's on the bucket list. Have a good time. Yeah, definitely. But also, one last thing, everybody. Nom Nom. The world of Nom Nom is coming soon here to the channel. We're going to be having some stuff to open here very soon. I'm excited. If you guys don't know, I was selected to be a World of Nom Nom verse anchor, aka content creator. So we will be starting to delve into some Nom Nom stuff. But we're definitely going to be getting back into the Pokemon world again. I absolutely love Pokemon. It's just that with the pandemic, it became so difficult. Oh, and one other thing. Another reason why I've been a little bit behind. The acting world has really picked up. In fact, it's gotten so much now. There's so much coming in now because they're trying to make up for the strike over the past year that they were on. So I've been working hard on auditions, and I've been getting a lot of stuff coming in, and that just takes a lot of time up. And you know, you got to put a lot of work in, especially if you want to book the role, and it's hard to stream and edit the video. That's why even the Japan video is taking me a little longer than I wanted to take it. It should have been out already, but I just, every day something seems to pop in, and then I got to take time to go over it, memorize, film it, edit it, get it back, and things like that. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Japan videos coming soon. Other than that, that's gonna do it, everybody. Peace out here at EpicTube HD. I'm Harley. If you don't know this channel, subscribe, like it, and all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have those Notifications turned on too. That way you know when we go live next. Peace out, everyone. See ya.